G'day folks, we're still at Maine's place, and we visited a friend of Maine's today, and he kindly offered to come over and do what they have what they call a cookout. Now it's pretty much like a barbecue, I guess, on Australian terms, but I'd like to introduce you to Bob, and perhaps he could give us a bit of a rundown on this hibachi, is it called?
Yeah, I call it a hibachi. It's a Lodge brand cast iron hibachi. I use it. It's very good for if you travel, visit folks, or backyard barbecues. It's fire burning or charcoal. Tends to burn very hot. I enjoy using it quite often. I saw a friend had one, found out where he got it, and I actually received it as a gift, and I've had it for many years now. One time, it's not very common. A lot of people like to use the big propane fired grills, but this works for me. One time I was grilling outside in the driveway drinking a beer, and the postman came over and said, what is that, an antique?
Yeah.
So why is that?
And this is made, it's all cast iron.
All cast iron.
All cast iron, yeah. And
I believe they also make them in circular. They're round ones also.
Yeah.
Lodge stove. You can find it on Amazon.com. I think they sell them for around $100.
And the idea is, well, we're using a bit of kindling tonight, and you get the fire going down, let it burn down a bit.
I'll add some charcoal to it.
Yeah.
Keep the coals hot. You have the airflow comes in from underneath, comes up through. This flips down too if you want extra airflow.
Oh, that's a good idea.
There's also another metal piece that comes with it. I didn't bring it, but it's like a slide, and it will close off that once you want to shut it down.
Okay, yeah.
So, and then this piece, it's got the 4 legs.
Yeah.
Sits in the 4 holes and sits on top of it. But I'll put it on later when I add coals to it.
Okay. That's good. Yeah, we've got to build off the ground a bit so us oldies don't have to bend down too much when we're cooking. So yeah, it's quite easy to light. Okay. We had the paper and the wood going. Now we just loaded some charcoal on it. It's probably not much different to a lot of some types of barbecues in Australia, but what I find unique about this is it's cast iron, the shape of it. Now, I haven't seen any in Australia, so it's not to say they don't exist, but they call them hibachis here, so we've just got to wait for this coal to activate a bit, and charcoal, sorry, and then we put the grill plate, that thing there, stand it on top. It sits on 4 posts. We'll show you a bit later. Gives a bit more height above the glowing charcoal, so we've just got to wait for that to settle down a bit and see how we go. Okay, the coals have just burnt down, a nice glow on them. Nice, bit toasty standing close to it. And we'll tell you the secret food we're going to cook on this, prepared by Bob. And we'll be back soon. It's going to taste this good. Is part of what Bob prepared for the cookout. So Bob, can you give us a rundown on this, please?
It's red cabbage, shredded, and there's onion, sweet onion that's shredded also, and then pancetta, Italian bacon that you start that in a little olive oil in a pan, and you don't want to brown the pancetta. You just want to melt the fat in it, and then you toss in the onion and I think vinegar, and you let it simmer for a little bit. You toss it, and salt and pepper and caraway seeds, and I believe the recipe that I have made, these guys are going to be guinea pigs for.
Oh, geez.
It's called Bavarian coleslaw.
Okay. It sounds delicious, actually. Yeah. There's a few ingredients in there that, well, we have coleslaw back home, but there's a few ingredients in there that we've never tried in it back home, so that's an interesting recipe. Yeah. Sounds good. Okay, we just put this on the, because it burns fairly hot first off, and as you can imagine, and it's cast iron and holds the heat. Bob, can you give us a rundown, please, on the cooking method on this?
Well, I found that through experimentation, that if I cooked it directly, it would just incinerate the meat. So I wrap it in tin foil to cook it, and then I'll finish it off. I'll take the sausages out of the tin foil at the end of it, and just here, but I can give you a quick look. Sausages are wrapped in bacon. Adds a nice flavor to it.
What type of sausages are they?
I think they're called Italian sausages. Here it's from a local butcher, and so is the bacon.
So it's just bought local.
All local stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. It's smelling good already. It smells delicious. Okay.
Alright.
That's soon. Looking pretty good, isn't it?
Not used to barbecuing in the dark.
Now you just take them out of that.
Taking them out of the tin foil to finish them off. A lot of fat on them. These are local sausages wrapped in local bacon.
Smells good. Thank you. Okay. So what are we doing now, Bob?
So then I like to take a piece of French baguette, or breadstick I'm told it's called, and I'll cut it in half. I like to just toast it a little bit on the grill before I assemble the sausage sandwich.
Oh, okay. Yep. That should taste it just nicely.
There we go. A little bit toasty.
That looks nice. Yeah.
Head inside.